Hi, how's everybody doing? It's Crazy Monkey here again. Another blog update. This blog update, I'm going to talk about some of my worst experiences. Um, with Asian guys, with the gay Asian guys. All right. So one of my worst experiences when I was 21 years old. I was living in Chicago, and I was on one of the internet websites. I can't remember. And I anyway was talking to this Asian guy in Mississippi. So I decided to meet him. So I decided to get a plane ticket to meet him in Mississippi. So I go to Mississippi to meet this Asian guy. And at first I thought he was 21, that's what he was saying. And then I found out later he was actually 29. And then I found out later he actually had a boyfriend. His boyfriend was a white guy, actually very good looking. He had a very good looking white boyfriend. He was actually pretty hot, 23, blonde hair, really nice athletic build, so he was actually pretty good looking. But anyway, when I met them in Mississippi. We then go down to New Orleans for, they have a festival called Southern Decadence. So all three of us go down to New Orleans for Southern Decadence. The Asian guy did not want basically to do anything with me for whatever reason. I don't know if he wasn't attracted to me or if he was just an arrogant jerk, whatever. He didn't want to do anything with me. Me and the white guy, we fooled around a little, but not too much. Just basically 69ing, not much. And then the Asian guy was actually topping his white boyfriend. So I have no clue why this Asian guy wanted me to go down there. It makes no sense. But anyway, it was kind of like a wasted trip. But anyway, I'm just trying to be nice, just I'll fool around with the white guy, do 69. Me and the Asian guy are pretty much ignoring each other for whatever reason. But the Asian guy is a real arrogant jerk. He's a business owner and just a real arrogant jerk. And he's got this white guy totally under control. And I can tell he's got this white guy totally under control. Well, anyway, down in the Southern Decadence Festival, they met this really hot white guy, like 21. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. I mean, just totally hot as hell. And then all three of them, I guess they went to go find a place where they could get it on, have sex. But they didn't want me to join. I could tell the Asian guy did not want me to join, so they just like hurried off to go find a place they could have sex. And then they met up with me later. That night they met up with me again, and the white guy, the 23-year-old, the hot white guy, the boyfriend of the Asian, he basically said that it was just him and this hot white guy that had sex because the hot white guy did not like the Asian guy. He just wanted the hot white guy. He just wanted a 23-year-old hot white guy. All right? So the Asian got nothing, which is pretty cool. The Asian guy got nothing. That's pretty cool. And then the white guy, this is the boyfriend of the Asian, he's like telling me, stay close to us because I think my Asian boyfriend is trying to lose you. And I'm like, oh fuck, that's not good. Because I'm in New Orleans, we're in New Orleans and I lived in Chicago. I mean, I don't want them to lose me. And that's not good. So anyway, long story short, the Asian guy was totally in control of this white guy. And they basically just walked real fast in front of me. There was thousands of people in the street, and I was trying to catch up, trying to keep up, but basically I lost them. I basically lost them. And so when I realized I lost them, I decided I better race up to their car real quick. So I got to their car in like 5-10 minutes because it was like 4 blocks away. I took some side streets, jogged up the side streets to get to their car. The car was gone, and I was looking for my backpack because my backpack was in their car that had everything in it. And nothing was there, it was all gone. And anyway, long story short, they just abandoned me. And basically, I actually talked to that white guy, the boyfriend of the Asian, like when I got back to Chicago, because I had to basically get a Greyhound bus ticket back to Chicago. I had to actually call my mother in Vegas at like 2 in the morning to have her wire transfer me like $200 to New Orleans so I could have money to get back on a Greyhound bus back to Chicago. I had to do that at like 2 in the morning. So anyway, when I get back to Chicago, I actually contacted the white guy and just said, what the hell happened? And then the white guy said, yeah, the Asian guy didn't want you with. He basically just didn't want to be with you. So they basically all just walked real fast, got to the car and took off. So then I was stranded in New Orleans. And it was the Asian guy that was wanting to do it the most. But the other two went along with it. The other two white guys, they went along with it. But that was one really bad experience I had. another real bad experience I had was in Asia. I met this guy, and we had sex, and then on day 2 we had sex, and then he's like acting all sad and shit. And then, like, I think it was late in day 2 or early day 3, he's telling me he has cancer. He's telling me he has cancer. And he's like showing me these pictures, but the pictures looked all fake. He's like showing these test tubes and these needles, and he's saying he has cancer, and he says he has to have a chemo treatment. And he says it's gonna be $3,000, and he's wanting me to give him $3,000 US. And I say, okay, I need to see a doctor. He says, and then every time I asked him to see a doctor, he would always make up excuses like, the doctor's not here, we can't see the doctor. But I kept saying, well, just give me the name of the doctor, tell me where the doctor clinic is, the hospital, just give me some information. He never would, so I knew it was all bullshit. And long story short is, I figured out it was all bullshit, it was all a con game, it was all a scam. I just met this guy at the sauna, that was 3 days prior, now he's telling me he has cancer and all this bullshit. He's telling me he loves me, he's asking me if I love him, and I'm like, no, I don't love you. Why are you asking me this question? And it was just a giant scam to get money. He told me all the guys he was with were over 50 years old. That was the first guy who was 35, and he was the same age as me. I think he was 34, so like pretty much the same age as me, like 1 year younger. And anyway, long story short, I realized it was all con game to get money on me. But at first, I did go to the ATM and I got some money out because I was just gonna hold the money in my pocket. And then every time I did that like twice. He said, oh, can you give me the money? And I'm like, no, I'm gonna hold on to it and I'm gonna give it to you all at once. And he never liked that. He was always upset when I said that. He always wanted the money right away. And I go, no, I'm not gonna give you the money right away. I'm holding on to the money and then I'm gonna give it to you all in one lump sum to pay for your cancer treatment. Once I figure out that it's true, once I talk to the doctor. Well, it was all bullshit. It was no doctor because there was no cancer. It was all a con game, it was all a scam. So anyway, I figured it all out and I figured I'm gonna break free. I'm just gonna get the fuck out of here. And it was early in the morning. Now the story's gonna get fun, y'all. Wow, we don't 7 minutes already. All right, now the story's gonna get fun. The story's gonna get fun. I'm gonna break free. And every time I tried to break free, we were only together like 3 or 4 days, all right? And I tried to break free on day 3, I tried to break free, but he's like, no, baby, stay. So I stayed with him. Now this is day 4 in the morning, I'm getting the fuck out of there. And he's like, baby, stay. I'm like, okay, I'm staying, everything's cool. And then he got a phone call from one of his friends, and he walks into the other room, and he's like talking with his friend on his little phone, you know, the smartphones, he's talking on his phone. And man, I just grabbed my backpack, I fucking opened that door, I ran down that flight of stairs so fast, and man, I opened that door, and I ran to the street, and I was like running down the street to get to the train, and all of a sudden my phone starts going crazy. I'm getting all these text messages like, come back, I'm like, I'm not replying. And then I see the train, and the train's like coming down the tracks, and I like zoom up there, I pay the fare, I get right to the train, the doors open immediately once I get to the platform, I get on the train, I look at the message, he's like, I'm at the bottom of the platform, just wait for me. And I'm like, hell no, that train door closed, and I was free, man, I was free, it was so good. And then I decided to go to the zoo. And then it got even better, folks. It got even better. I just had to check the camera, make sure it's still going. It got even better, because I was headed to the zoo. And then I realized, as I was drinking my like energy drink, I think it was like Red Bull, and then I realized that it wasn't Thursday morning, it was Friday at like 11 a.m. And I was like, this is mega epic. Because I'm in this big, huge Asian city, and it's gonna be so epic. Because after I go to the zoo at around 5, 6 o'clock, I'll go to the sauna, and then I'll go to the disco.